Namaste. Today I'm going to read book 12, chapter 11 on the description of the enclosure walls built of Padma, Raga, Mani, etc. of the Mani Dvipa in the Maha Devi Bhagavatam. Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Niravakanam. Hari Om Tat Sat. Vyasa said, O King Janamajaya, next to this Pusparaga Mani enclosure wall comes the 10th enclosure wall, made of Padmaraga Mani, red like the red Kumkuma and the rising sun. It is 10 yojanas high. All its ground, entrance gates, and temples are arbors, and arbors are all made of Padmaraga Mani. Within this reside the 64 colors or Subshaktis adorned with various ornaments and holding weapons in their hands. Each of them has a separate loka region allotted, and within this loka he has got his own formidable weapons, vahanas, families, and their leaders or governors. O King, now hear the names of the 64 colors. They are Pingalakshi, Visalakshi, Samriddhi, Vriddhi, Shraddha, Swaha, Svadha, Maya, Sangana, Vasundara, Triloka Datri, Savitri, Gayatri, Trida Ses Vishri, Surupa, Bahurupa, Skanda Mata, Achuta Priya, Vimala, Amala, Aruni, Prakriti, Vikriti, Shristi, Titi, Samriti, Sandhya, Mata, Sati, Hamsi, Mardika, Vajrika, Para, Deva Mata, Bhagavati, Devaki, Kamalasana, Trimukhi, Saptamukhi, Surasura, Vimardini, Lambho Sti, Urdakesi, Bahur Sirsa, Vrikodhari, Rata Reka Vaya, Sasirika, Gaghana Vega, Pavana Vega, Bhuvana Pala, Mahadhanatura, Ananga, Ananga Matana, Ananga Mikala, Ananga Kusuma, Vesvarupa, Suradika, Kesayamkari, Aksyobhya, Satya Vadini, Bahurupa, Suchiv Rata, Udara, and Bhagasi. These are the 64 colors. All of them have got luminous faces and long, lolling tongues. Fire is always coming out from their faces, all of them. The eyes of all of them are red with anger. They are uttering, "We will drink all the water and thus dry up the oceans. We will annihilate fire. We will stop the flow of air and control it. Today we will devour the whole universe," and so forth. All of them have got bows and arrows in their hands. All are eager to fight. The four quarters are being reverberated with the clashing of their teeth. The hairs on their heads are all tawny and they stand upwards. Each of them has 100 Aksohini forces under them. O king, what more to say than this, that each of them has got power to destroy 1,00,000 Brahmandas, and their 100 Aksohini forces also can do the same. There is nothing that is impracticable with them. What they cannot do cannot be conceived by mind, nor can be uttered in speech. All the war materials exist within their enclosures. Chariots, horses, elephants, weapons and forces, all are unlimited. All the war materials are ready at all times and in abundance. Next comes the 11th enclosure wall, built of Gomedhamani. It is 10 yojanas high. Its colors is like the newly blown java flower. All the ground, trees, tanks, houses, pillars, birds, and all other things are all red and built of Gomedhamani. Here dwell the 32 Mahashaktis adorned with various ornament made of Gomedhamani and furnished with various weapons. They are always eager to fight. Their eyes are always red with anger. Their bees are like pisachas, and their hands are like chakras, discs. Pierce him, beat him, cut him, tear him asunder, burn him down, are the words constantly uttered by them. The inhabitants of the place always worship them. Each of them has 10 Aksohini forces. These are inordinately powerful. It is impossible to describe that. It seems that each Shakti can easily destroy 1,00,000 Brahmandas. Innumerable chariots, elephants, hordes, etc., and other vahanas are here. Verily, all the war material of the Devi Bhagavati are seen in this Gomedhamani enclosure. Now I am mentioning the auspicious sin-destroying names of these Shaktis: Vidya, Hri, Pusti, Prajna, Sinivali, Kuhu, Rudra, Virya, Prabha, Nanda, Posani, Ridhida, Subha, Kalaratri, Maharatri, Bhadrakali, Kapardini, Vikriti, Dandi, Mundini, Sendukanda, Sikhandini, Nishumbha, Shumba, Matani, Maheshasuramardini, Indrani, Rudrani, Shankarardha, Saririni, Nari, Nirayani, Trisulini, Palini, Ambika, and Haladini. See the Dakshinamurti Samhita and other tantras. Never there is any chance that they will be defeated anywhere. Hence, if all those Shaktis get angry at any time, this Brahmanda ceases to exist. Next to this Gomeda enclosure comes the enclosure made of diamonds. It is 10 yojanas high on all sides. They are the entrance gates. The doors are hinged there, while with nice mechanisms. Nice new diamond trees exist here. All the roads, royal roads, trees, and the spaces for watering their roots, tanks, wells, reservoirs, saranga, and other musical instruments are all made of diamonds. Here dwells Sri Bhuvaneshwari Devi with her attendants. O king, each of them has a lakh attendants. All of them are proud of their beauty. Some of them are holding fans in their hands. Some are holding cups for drinking water. Some betel nuts. Some are holding umbrellas. Some chowries. Some are holding various clothings. Some flowers. Some looking glasses. Some saffrons. Some collyrium. Whereas some others are holding sindura, red lead. Some are ready to do the painting works. Some are anxious to shampoo the feet. Some are eager to make her wear ornaments. Some are anxious to put garlands of flowers on her neck. All of them are skilled in various acts of enjoyments, and they are all young. To gain the grace of the Devi, they consider the whole universe as trifling. Now I shall mention to you the names of the attendants of the Devi, proud of their possessing lots of amorous gestures and postures. Listen, they are Ananga Rupa, Ananga Madana, Madhanatura, Bhuvana Vega, Bhuvana Palika, Sarva Sisira, Ananga Vedana, Ananga Mekhala. These are the 8 Shaktis. Each of them is as fair as Vidyulata. Each is adorned with various ornaments and skilled in all actions. When they walk to and fro with canes and rods in their hands, in the service of the Devi, they look as if the lightning flashes glimmer on all sides. On the outer portion of the enclosure wall, on the 8 sides are situated the dwelling houses of the 8 Shaktis, and they are always full of various vahanas and weapons. Next to this enclosure of diamond comes the 13th enclosure wall made of Vaidurya Mani. Its height is 10 yojanas. There are entrance gates and doorways on the 4 sides. The court inside, the houses, the big roads, wells, tanks, ponds, rivers, and even the sands are all made of Vaidura Mani. On the 8 sides reside the 8 matrikas, Brahmi, etc. with their hosts. These matrikas represent the sum total of the individual matrikas and every Brahmanda. Now here the names Brahmi, Maheshwari, Kaumari, Vaishnavi, Varahi, Indrani, Chamunda, and Mahalakshmi. Their forms are like those of Brahma and Rudra and others. They are always engaged in doing good to the universe and reside here with their own vahanas and weapons. At the 4 gates, the various vahanas of Bhagavati remain always fully equipped. Somewhere there are kotis and kotis of elephants. At some places there are kotis and kotis of horses. At others there are camps, houses. At others there are swans, lions. At others there are garudas. At other places there are peacocks. Bulls and various other beings are fully equipped and arranged in due order. Similarly, the above mentioned animals are yoked to kotis and kotis of chariots. They are coachmen, saises. At some places flags are fluttering high on them so as to reach the heavens, and thus they are adding beauty. At other places the aerial cars are arranged in rows, countless, with various sounding instruments in them, with flags soaring high in the heavens, and endowed with various ensigns and emblems. O king, next to this Vaidurya enclosure comes the 14th enclosure wall built of Indra Nilamani. Its height is 10 yojanas. The court inside, houses, roads, wells, tanks, and reservoirs, etc., all are built of Indra Nilamani. There is here a lotus consisting of 16 petals, extending to many yojanas in width and shining like a second Sudarshana chakra. On these 16 petals reside the 16 Shaktis of Bhagavati with their hosts. Now I am mentioning the names of these here. Karali, Vikarali, Uma, Saraswati, Shri Durga, Usha, Lakshmi, Shruti, Smriti, Dhriti, Shraddha, Medha, Mati, Kanti, and Arya. These are the 16 Shaktis. They all are dark blue, of the color of the fresh rain cloud. They wield in their hands axes and shields. It seems they are ever eager to fight. O king, these Shaktis are the rulers of all the separate Shaktis of the other Brahmandas. These are the forces of Sri Devi. Being strengthened by the Devi's strength, these are always surrounded by various chariots and forces. Various other Shaktis follow them. If they like, they can cause great agitation in the whole universe. Had I 1,000 faces, I would not have been able to describe what an amount of strength they wield. Now I describe the 15th enclosure wall. Listen, next to this Indra Nilamani enclosure comes the enclosure made of pearls, mukta, very wide and 10 yojanas high. The court inside, its space, trees, all are built of pearls. Within this enclosure, there is a lotus with 8 petals, all of pearls. On these petals reside the 8 Shaktis, the advisors and ministers of the Devi. Their appearances, weapons, dresses, enjoyments, everything is like those of Sri Devi. Their duty is to inform the Devi of what is going on in the Brahmandas. They are skilled in all sciences and arts and clever in all actions. They are very clever, skillful, and clever in knowing beforehand the desires and intentions of Sri Devi, and they perform those things accordingly. Each one of them has many other Shaktis who also live here. By their Jnana Shakti, they know all the news concerning the Jivas in every Brahmanda. Now I mention the names of those 8 Shaktis. Listen. Ananga Kusama, Ananga Kusama Tura, Ananga Madana, Ananga Madana Tura, Bhuvana Pala, Gagana Vega, Sasireka, and Gagana Reka. These are the 8 Shaktis. They look red like the rising sun, and in their 4 hands they hold noose, goad, and signs of granting boons and no fear. At every instant, they inform Sri Devi of all the events of the Brahmanda. Next to this comes the 16th enclosure wall made of emerald marakata. It is 10 yojanas high. The court inside, its space and houses and everything are built of emeralds, marakata money. Here exists all the good objects of enjoyments. This is hexagonal of the yantra shape. And at every corner reside the devas. On the eastern corner resides the 4-faced Brahma. He lives with Gayatri Devi. He holds Kamandalu, rosary, signs indicating no fear, and Danda, rod. The Devi Gayatri is also decorated with these. Here all the Vedas, Smritis, the Puranas and various weapons exist incarnate in their respective forms. All the avatars of Brahma, Gayatri and Vyaritis that exist in this Brahmanda or live here. On the southwest corner, Mahavishnu lives with Savitri. He holds conch shell, disc, club and lotus. Savitri has got also all these. The avatars of Vishnu that exist in every Brahmanda, Matsya, Kurma, etc. and all the avatars of Savitri that exist in every universe all dwell in this place. On the northwestern corner exist Maharudra and Saraswati. Both of them hold in their hands Parasu, rosary, signs granting boons and no fear. All the avatars of Rudra and Parvati, Gauri, etc., facing south that exist in all the Brahmandas dwell here. All the chief agamas, 64 in number, and all the other tantras reside here, incarnate in their due forms. On the southeastern corner, the Lord of Wealth, Kuvera, and Bhagavati, surrounded by roads and shops, resides here with Mahalakshmi and his host holding the jar of jewels. Mani, Karandika. On the western corner exist always Madana with Rati holding noose, goad, bow and arrow. All his amorous attendants resides here, incarnate in their forms. On the northeastern corner resides always the great hero Ganesha, the remover of obstacles holding noose and goad, and with his Pusti Devi, O king, all the vibhutis, manifestations of Ganesha that exist in all the universes reside here. What more to say than this, that Brahma and the other devas and devis here represent the sum total of all the Brahmas and the devas and the devis that exist in all the Brahmandas. These all worship Sri Bhagavati, remaining in their own spheres respectively. O king, next come the 17th enclosure wall made of Prabala. It is red like saffron and it is 100 yojanas high. As before, the court inside, the ground and the houses all are made of Prabala. The goddesses of the 5 elements, Harilika, Gagana, Rakta, Karalika and Mahoch Chusma reside here. The colors and lustures of the bodies of the goddesses resemble those of the elements over which they preside, respectively. All of them are proud of their youth and hold in their 4 hands noose, goad, and signs granting boons and no fear. They are dressed like Sri Devi and reside here always. Next to this comes the 18th enclosure wall built of Navaratna, the 9 jewels. It is many yojanas wide. This enclosure wall is superior to all others and it is higher also. On the 4 sides there exist innumerable houses, tanks, reservoirs, all built of Navaratna. These belong to the Devis, the presiding deities of Amnayas, that which is to be studied or learnt by heart. The Vedas, the 10 Mahavidyas, Kali, Tara, etc. of Sri Devi and the Mahabhedas, that is, they're all the avatars all dwell here with their respective avaranas, vahanas and ornaments. All the avatars of Sri Devi for the killing of the daityas and for showing favor to the devotees live here. They are Pasam Kuseshvari, Bhuvaneshvari, Bhairavi, Kapala, Bhuvaneshvari, Amkusa, Bhuvaneshvari, Pramada Bhuvaneshwari, Shri Krodha Bhuvaneshwari, Triputas Varuda, Nityak Lina, Annapurna, Tvarita, and the other avatars of Bhuvaneshwari, and Kali, Tara, and the other Mahavidyas are known as Mahavidyas. They live here with their Avarana Devatas, Vahanas, and ornaments respectively. Note, the Avarana deities are the attendant deities. Here live also the 7 kotis of Devis presiding over the Mahamantras, all brilliant and fair like the Koti suns, O king. Next to this enclosure wall comes the chief and crowning palace of Sri Devi, built of Chintamani gems. All the articles within this are built of Chintamani gems. Within this palace are seen hundreds and thousands of pillars. Some of these pillars are built of Surya Kantamani, some are built of Chandra Kantamani, and some are built of Vidyut Kantamani. O king, the lustre and brilliance of these pillars is so strong that no articles within this palace are visible to the eye. Note, the face of the goddess Kali is so bright that it appears like a shadow, i.e. black. Here ends the 11th chapter on the description of the enclosure walls built of Padmaraga, money, etc. of the Mani Dvipa in the Mahapuranam Srimad Devi Bhagavatam of 18,000 verses by Maharishi Vedvyasa. Om Jayanti Mangala Kali, Bhadra Kali Kaparintrabhakshama. Om Jitwam Devi Chamni Chikutariya. Om Tuya Mata Chavitatuya Tuya Bandusha Chasakatu. Vidyadabinam Tuya Sam. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om Tatsa.